Well, everybody's heard of Bitcoin, and when Bitcoin first came on the market, you could buy Bitcoins for literally dollars. And then later on, as it became well understood and well known, a Bitcoin would rose in value to thousands and tens of thousands of dollars. Same thing's happening with certificate. A certificate today is well understood by the bad guys, the very early adopter bad guys, but the later adopter bad guys are going to see this as a huge opportunity, and that's when the price will start to really go up fast.
Well, and stolen certificates actually are pretty much the cyber criminals' cyber currency because it's extremely liquid. If I have a compromised certificate, I can sell immediately. There's a market that's waiting to get them, because then that allows me to go ahead and spoof some really trusted services, maybe some of our some of the Global 5,000, be able to go and trick their users, whether it be their customers or business partners, into trusting them. And then to be able to get in the middle of them, steal data, steal credentials, and then execute attacks on and on and on. And that's why certificate reputation is so important. Because with certificate reputation, you know anywhere in the world what are the keys and certificates that are being misused, what keys and certificates might be created, forged to represent my brand, and be able to having an alert to that way ahead before the bad guys are able to execute their ultimate attack. And that, of course, is why Venafi TrustNet is so important, as we're seeing this ramp up in the stolen certificate marketplaces by bad guys.
So I believe that a number of really seasoned security professionals still don't fully understand that a certificate that references their brand, whether it's a large corporation or not, that's active and in use in China, can within milliseconds be exfiltrating data from anywhere in the world, and that data is so very valuable. In fact, cybercrime is 10 times more is 10 times more profitable than any other kind of crime. And so to have certificates floating around that represent themselves as belonging to a large corporation and trusted by a large corporation is one of the most powerful things a criminal could ever use or imagine to use, and I don't think corporations understand this today.
No, and then for enterprises then that have to deal with this, once you are alerted to a compromised certificate, it's like, how can I fix that? And it might not just be one, but again, bad guys may have been in, they may be able to instill in dozens or more, and how can I go and quickly find those keys and certificate were compromised and change them fast? And that's a real challenge. And of course, that's where Venafi has been helping the Global 5,000, the top banks, top retailers, top insurance providers, be able to know what keys and certificates are trusted, and then be able to change them out fast.
So one of the great fears in the security community is that one of the encryption protocols or the encryption algorithms will be attacked and successfully broken. And when that happens, and it's not a question of if, but it's a question of when, those corporations that will be able to, that know where all of those algorithms are and can swap them out with the next level of algorithm that's not compromised, will be in a position to take business away from all those that can't. So what we see is corporations that are putting in place the ability to detect and understand where all these capabilities are and then automatically remediate them are actually putting themselves in a much better competitive position than others that haven't done that.
Well, and those of us that attended Black Hat in 2013 got to hear about the crypto apocalypse. That at any given day, that there's a chance that researchers will be able to compromise the algorithms that we use to create trust, to drive the whole economy, to be able to compromise it. But of course, it's not a compromise to a cryptographic algorithm. We're dealing now with stolen and compromised keys and certificates. In fact, the Ponemon Institute found that over the last 2 years, 100% of the Global 5,000, 100% had to respond to a compromised key and certificate. So it's not something that's theoretical. It's not that the crypto apocalypse might happen. It's actually that it's already happened. And organizations are having to deal with it. They got to be able to fix, respond, remediate those keys and certificates across the enterprise. And of course, know which ones are trusted, not even just within inside their networks, but across the internet. And so that's where next generation trust protection is so powerful, because You know what keys and certificates are trusted. You know I can go ahead and fix them quickly, constantly surveil them, and I've got certificate reputation to know which ones are good, bad, anywhere in the world.